Nuremberg, and there are like 7 partners and 1 associated partner. And content of the project is that they recruit 10 early stage researchers, 2 experienced researchers. They organize 3 summer schools under this project, 3 cooperation meetings, and 1 big conference. And the estimated budget is like 2.5 million euros. The duration of the project is 5 years, and Sabancı University from Turkey is also partner. Another example is the European Corporate Governance Training Network. Again, there is Sabancı University. The aim is to reduce European research and training gap in corporate governance by bringing together leading academics and institutions from economics, finance, management, political sciences in Europe to train doctoral students in conducting world-class research in this area.
From the European Commission. Could you say a bit more about the co-fund scheme, which actually provides lots of opportunities for foreign researchers to apply for positions in national systems?
Yes, co-fund is also one of the programs under American Reactions, but for the sake of this presentation, I took the programs that Southeast Asian countries or third countries can participate in. So if you like, I can give you more detailed information later on. But as far as I know, third countries cannot participate to co-fund. So we should think of it separately, I think.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking here for a network of NCPs in environment and climate change. And if you expect an example of good practice, well, I cannot give it entirely to you because the project has started only March this year. But the good news is you all can contribute to let it become successful and to make really an example of good practice. So here are my topics I will briefly cover during my presentation, and you have seen there are 2 topics highlighted. Where are the focus areas in environment and climate change? Just to give you an idea on how topics can look like, where you can participate, and then of course what is the activity of the network. It's a give and take. If this in this environmental NCP Together project, that will be my main activities. And to some of the slides I can go very briefly because they have been touched by the speakers before. So Europe, what is Europe today? We have 27 member states in yellow, and you have 3 candidates and 5 associated countries, and all of them have the same rights to participate in the 7th framework program. However, there are not all countries equally participating in this framework program, so there is also a difference in NCP's activities, knowledge, and so on. So it's not just the Asian part that needs to have some training, but also the European part in several areas. We have seen where the activities of FP7 are. It's these 4 main points. I will only cover the cooperation activities in environment. Here is a breakdown of the budget of this 32 billion euro entirely for cooperation, and you see environment is not a really big one, but nevertheless there is some money in it.
Okay, good afternoon. The idea behind this presentation is to give you an example, a concrete example, using one research area, here agricultural research for development, to better understand how Europe is organizing itself to increase the efficiency and effectiveness of its partnership with the other regions of the world. So, for those who are not very familiar with this field of agricultural research for development, then a quick definition of what is agricultural research for development. Here is an agenda which is really addressing agricultural challenge and issues faced by developing countries, emerging countries, and countries in transition. And when we talk about agriculture, we talk about agriculture in its broad sense. The specificities for agricultural research for development is that the agenda is not top-down from the science, but really demand-driven. The second point, the second specificity, that it is not only generation of knowledge, but really sharing the knowledge and using the knowledge for impact. And the third specificity is about the capacity development as an integral component of all this research. Now, just to understand how we work at the European level, it is quite usually at the Commission level, we work at three levels: the policy level, the program level, and the more operational, the project level. So in the field of agricultural research for development, we have one coordination mechanism at each level. Here at the policy level, we have the European Initiative for Agricultural Research for Development with the Member State and the Commission here, the donors and the policy makers. At the program level, we have now an ERANET, which is a thematic ERANET on agricultural research for development. And at the project level, we had one mechanism for all European research organizations and one network of the universities. And last June, we succeeded in merging these two into a big complex of Agri-Natura. So basically, we have now the three-level coordination mechanisms, and all the stakeholders are meeting through the European Forum on Agricultural Research for Development. So briefly, this European initiative is mainly to promote coherent European policies on agricultural research for development and to increase the impact of our